I haven't uploaded in a couple of days, but if you follow my Snapchat, you'll probably know why. I've been puppy sitting for the last couple of days, so that's kept me fairly busy. Oh, by the way, also, today, I have a couple of streams lined up. I have a couple of videos lined up. So today is going to be a very busy day to kind of catch up from the last couple of days. There's also going to be a Facebook live stream at 7:30 Eastern time. So if you want some giveaways, some codes, some free stuff, make sure that you stop by. Anyway, now to this. We found this guy right here, which was unshielded, no anti-scout or nothing. So what we did, we went ahead and found out his phalanx, which I will make a video on how to do that, because a lot of you guys have been asking me, like, how do you find out what phalanx somebody's in, etc. So I will do a video on that. But essentially, we found out that he was in range phalanx. He didn't really get much reinforcements, which was weird, because it's a pretty large guild. But him being in range phalanx, a full infantry rally was going to eat him alive. Not only that, get this, he had a ton of T1 ranged. So that is just not really the recipe that you were looking for. And look at that, 530. This man dropped over 100 million might on the first hit. Now that hit, listen, that's disgusting, okay? That is a disgusting hit. Look, I just want you to take a look at the dead. 11 million troops dead on the first hit. Now, I know that, you know, like T1s, they were kind of a big thing back, I don't know, 2 years ago or so. I still have some T1, but I would never put it as my front line. I don't know if this was just some sort of mistake where he changed phalanx for something and just forgot to change it back. But man, oh man, because he didn't change the phalanx, we were able to just absolutely crush. Look at that, 7 million archers, 1 million sharpshooters, 2 million stealth snipers, and most of his T4 range, all gone in one rally. Listen, even if he comes online right now and shields, this dude has already took one of the fattest L of the day. Probably easy, right? So yeah. Now us as a guild, we've been having, I've said this before, but we've been having this issue, especially where this was done during Guild Fest. So what we originally tried to do is split and do a double rally, but everybody was on a quest, so we couldn't really drop guild. So we had to go ahead and just do it from one guild. Here's the problem though, when you're doing one rally in a guild like ours, there's just way too many people trying to join the guild, the rally. Like, look at that. And this is just the second rally. And people were porting in. We had to send back 100k to like send in 50k. And it was a mess. And as a rally leader, like, that's great that the rallies are feeling that way. But man, can it be annoying when you have to send back like 10 people during a rally. So anyway, here's the second hit. Goes down to 460. Once again, rip to this guy, because the next rally is just going to absolutely destroy him. Well, I shouldn't say it's going to, because this guy is pretty much already destroyed. But look at this, 3.2 more dead, and I'm pretty sure now he just has like one troop type left. And you know what happens when that is the case. So we went heroic fighters once again, and look at all the names that we had to scroll through in order to get to his comp. That's how many people were joining. Yeah. So yeah, heroic cannoneers were completely gone. Most of it is gone now. It's just going to be a nice, I believe it's mostly a range rally that we're going to be doing now. And listen, this is also going to be a disgusting hit. If you thought the first hit was disgusting, wait till you see the next one. Now, like I was saying, when you run into the issue of having too many people join a rally, and I know that's like, oh, that's a great problem to have, but man, it can be a little much at times. Also, with all of that being said, after Guild Fest, we are actually gonna have a good, I don't know, 6 or 7 spots open. So if you're looking for a guild, look no further than hitting us up, and we can go ahead and interview you and see about you joining after Guild Fest. Because right now, if I remember right, we have like a good 6 or 7 alts. And after Guild Fest, you know that there's always 1 or 2 people that leave after Guild Fest. So I also got like the sniffles right now. I don't really know if it's from the dog or whatnot, but like I just been stuffy all day. But it might not be, because I had the dog a couple of days now, and I didn't have that until now, so I'm not sure. Anyway, we have 1 more rally to go. That's about to launch in 20 seconds. Poor guy is going to actually get kicked out of their guild. And then I guess they were trying to save the leader. I'm not really sure. But no reinforcements, no nothing. But I mean, at this point, there was really not much they could do to save him, because once that first rally hit, the dude was just destroyed. So yeah, this is going to be a ranged rally. The solos are going to hit right after, because you know what happens. There's usually some siege left. And the dude drops to 344. Okay, 344. I don't remember exactly where he started, but the dude dropped a good, I want to say about 300 million might. So he averaged about just about 100 million might loss per attack. That's rough. That's something you never want to wake up from. Like, even if you shield, you know that you've always woken up and then just be scared that you've been zeroed. Look at this. 4 million dead, 116 million might lost. The first hit had more dead troops, but that was mainly because of the T1. This one had the highest might drop, and my goodness. I also thought that he had some resources, because people were saying that he had resources, but apparently he didn't really have resources, because there was nothing really to loot there. So it is what it is. I mean, the main thing that we really wanted was the kills. He had 18 million troops, and we cleared that in 3 rallies. Not double rallies or anything like that, just straight 3 rallies. And I guess that goes to show you that the troop number doesn't really matter. What matters the most is your composition. If your composition is good, your troop number doesn't have to be so high. Like, this dude had 18 million troops, and you might say 18 million troops, whoa. But if it's not that good, it's not really going to be able to take rallies that well. A lot of people also ask me, like, what's a good composition? The one that is being ran the most right now, the most common, look at that, Ancient Drake Riders, basically 2 million Ancient Drake Riders gone, 900,000 Royal Cavalry gone. Oh, that hurts my soul. Oh, no. That actually hurts me. Oh, my lord. Anyway, the composition that is the most common right now, and it's being run by a lot of the rally traps and just pretty much everybody in general, is about 1 million each T4. Although it doesn't necessarily have to be 1 million. Like, if your heroes are good, your gear is good, your jewels is good, you don't necessarily have to have 1 million each. And then about 3 or 4 million of each T2. Now, if you have less than that, like let's say you have 600,000 of each T4, and then you have like 3 million of each T2, if your gear is still decent, you can still be okay with that. But, you know, if you're lacking in jewels, if you're lacking in gear, you might want to up your troop count. So just kind of to balance it off. But it goes to show you that troop count doesn't really matter when the troop composition is pretty crap. Also, take a look at this guy. Green. Like, what are you doing? That's like what? Like $1,000 down the drain for pretty much nothing? Because that green hero is useless. Like, it really is useless. So I don't know if his bank account just decided to, like, hey buddy, we can't do this anymore. But yeah, there's the hits right there. The first one was a combined loss of 144 might. And it just has a staggering death toll. Now, I don't really know when that comes into play. If it's like when it's more than 5 million dead or 10 million dead or whatever. It just says staggering death toll. So they don't even want to tell you. Then the next one was 103 million might loss with 4.1 killed. And then the last one.
No shame, work hard, play hard. Okay, I think I get it now. Don't wanna let him down. I'ma take the ground and speak my mind down loud. Here I go, proud of my notes. Teach them what I wrote, teach them all the hope. Keep them on the road to the dream. All I need is a team. Build your own self-esteem. You can do anything, prove everything.